Welcome to this special Star Wars December playback. Each week we're going to do a different playback based on one of the trilogies from Star Wars. Obviously, we're going in order release. So let's start with the first three trilogies with Star Wars Risk.
That's right. In this game, one of us will take on the role of the Empire, the other the Rebellion, as we reenact the climactic battle from the end of Return of the Jedi. It could turn out the same way as the movie, it could not. We'll find out. On today's playback, I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler, and this is RoboKit Playback.
Rebel scum takes the first turn in this game. I am the Empire.
It's a little odd because, I'm already so overpowered.
I know, you'd think. But no. I honestly have no idea, on a lot of strategical things, in terms of should I move this, how much should I move it, which of these groups should I move? I'm very curious to see what you do.
Well, this is my first card.
Okay. Let me know which one anytime you're ready.
I actually know right off. It's the X-Wing, so I'm going to move him to this outer sector.
Okay. And you're going to, I assume, attack.
All right, and I roll one for each ship, so that is 5.
You got
I was like, wait,
5 dice.
I was like, I think that's right.
So a 5+ is a hit.
Nothing!
No hits, okay.
My ship's just went, whee!
I got a bit, I was a little nervous. All right, my first card is this one. Actually, well, no, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the TIE Fighter symbol. So I'm going to spawn 4 there. Some of my friends out.
And
then they will attack. So one hit. So I killed one of your X-Wings.
No! Oh, wait.
So far, our turns have been pretty inconsequential.
Hey, you did something!
That was something, yeah.
So I'm going to roll 5 dice.
So you're doing the Endor track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I actually move. Oh wait. So
all of
1,
them
2,
are good.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah. I didn't like what you just did there. So I'm going to do the Stormtrooper action to try and block your next movements.
And I will actually be activating B-Wings.
I think what I really want to do is, I'm going to spawn 4 more and then attack from there.
All right.
All
wow,
right.
You killed them all.
Well, so what that means is
you get a bonus action.
I cleared a sector, I get a bonus action, so basically I get to flip whatever this is. All right. So I can do Empire. I think I'm going to do Death Star attack. So I'm going to target one of your fleet sectors. Nothing happens. Oh boy. Always giggling.
Well, I'm laughing because part of me's like, do I want to do sort of like what Jonathan just did? And just play 3 things in a row?
I will admit I didn't have much choice.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Oh boy.
I am going to attack with Luke Skywalker.
All right, the Luke and Vader battle has begun. So you're rolling 4?
Yeah, it says attack 4d6.
I get hit on a 4 or higher. Nothing happens. Welcome to Risk.
I'm doing the same thing.
All right. Luke's coming back for more. Oh, 3 hits. Wow, all right.
You see, the first one was the first start, but then I got a parry in.
It averages out, All right. So,
actually, yeah, I feel good now. It's
it's pretty much what you'd expect. I'm actually going to do 3 more guys.
All right. That was probably a good move because I was taking a walk. It's actually rolled them. All right. So I have 5 to clear anything no matter what.
So you move 3 ahead and those guys go back. I'm going to move the Executor. It sounds so wrong to say it for some reason, but I'm pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. So I'm going to go 1, 2, and I'm going to try to hit your Millennium Falcon. Wow. Okay.
Oh, man.
3 hits. That's pretty good.
Okay.
That's hurting you.
Yeah, the Millennium Falcon's getting out of there.
Bye. All right. You don't want to attack any of your own ships with it? I'm gonna do TIE Fighters. So I'm gonna move these up and use them to attack this group.
All right. Up to my final card. It's gonna be Luke.
All right. It's gonna be Luke.
2 hits.
Darth Vader not looking so good. I gotta strike back with Vader, so... He's like, I need to do something about this. So 4 dice, and you get hit on the floor.
As far as I can tell, they're the same.
Okay.
They're equally matched.
3 hits. Okay.
3.
It's like I wish I could flip a card, like...
You mean switch to symbols?
Like symbols, yeah.
I'm gonna force lightning, Luke.
I'm...
Sorry.
Y-winging again.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. And
I'm gonna attack this sector.
Okay. Let's see how it is.
I...
One hit
damage.
I'm gonna Death Star. So I'm gonna just go for the same one. I mean, I feel like that's the best option.
I can't tell you.
Yeah. I mean, I guess there's less ships on that one.
But there are these...
Yeah.
You already wiped out an entire...
Yeah. All right, 5 or 6. Come on.
I think you should go for this one.
A little later.
All right, you got him, so you got a bonus.
That's right. Okay.
I'm actually gonna go for the Y-wings again. I killed them all, so I get a bonus.
Yes, you do.
So we both just ended up with a turn. Well,
can't wait to find out what we do.
Well, you could move all these guys here.
Oh, you're right.
Don't forget the outer ring.
And these guys too. I know, it's because it's a circle, so I'm like, oh, it's like in Pandemic, I always forget Tokyo connects to the US.
Star Wars Risk, if you couldn't tell from watching the video, is very different from traditional Risk games. It's actually sort of a re-implementation of a game called the Star Wars The Queen's Gambit, which came out a while back and had a theme based on Episode 1. But the board and the way you were playing between 3 different sections was very similar, and that game went out of print, and a lot of people were disappointed. They really loved that game. And this is very similar to that, with some rules changes that some people like, some people don't. We have not played that original version.
No, we have not.
So we can't comment on exactly how those differences are, but we can talk about this version as it stands on its own, which is...
Since it's the one you're also more likely to find.
Yes, this one you will be able to find. Also, the version that we played was the Black Series version, which we'll talk about later. But obviously, we don't go around playing a lot of Hasbro Risk games. Usually when you see, Mass Effect Risk or whatever it is, you think, I'm going to avoid that one. That being said, did you think that this added enough to make it worth purchasing as a Star Wars fan, I guess, and for
I would
or as
argue
a Risk
yes.
fan in either direction?
For definitely the Star Wars fan. The Risk fan, not so sure. Because in Star Wars 1, this really does capture the fact that you're fighting on multiple fronts, like in actual war. I think they capture that perfectly. So, and I think point-wise, for health points, most of them make sense. So, it makes sense that the Millennium Falcon's a little weaker than the Executor.
And the Death Star is you have to get through a shield, but then you can kill it kind of easily.
Well, because you don't.
Torpedo.
Well, actually, no, you can't. It makes sense that it's technically 1 life, but you have to get the critical hit.
Right.
Which makes sense because otherwise nothing else matters on it since it's so big.
Thematically, yeah.
I think it does a great job that way. Risk, I'm not so sure because in Risk you don't really technically you're fighting on multiple fronts where your army is, but it's not. This is literally more like. This is a completely different kind of battle.
Yeah, it really feels like you have almost 3 separate games going on, and a lot of the decisions are, which game do I want to play this turn? Which game is my opponent going to play? It does have all the dice rolling of Risk. That's really the big mechanic they took. But I think that more so than regular Risk, and even in our experience maybe with Risk Legacy, which is the one we've just been playing a lot lately, It just based on one game, it did feel like they had enough differences in balance to make the dice rolls not feel so be-all end-all. They are.
They were.
But...
No, they definitely were. I would argue in some sense, but not as bad in Risk because one of the differences is in Risk you feel like, well, I'm moving there and
it's inevitable.
Yeah.
You're going.
In this, even though each one's a dice roll, you're still thinking. All right, if I go with Luke and attack, or I'm speaking because I'm the rebel. I was a rebel player, So I feel there was a bit more of me. I feel my decisions mattered more. I think is what I'm trying to say.
No, yeah, because if you're on a field with Risk, it's like, well, I move this guy here, I move this guy here. It's not really no matter what you're rolling. But in this one, there's a lot of different choices you have to make, even on each turn, the way your cards work, which I always love cards that give you multiple options to play when you do them. So sometimes you're changing your strategy mid-turn even.
I mean, this definitely does sort of deteriorate as you reach the end when you only have one choice, but...
Yeah, that was something that I experienced a lot, where it was like, I had half my cards for the last half of the game were useless, which was kind of a bummer, but also for me personally, kind of a relief, because it was like, well, I know what I'm doing, TIE Fighters, TIE Fighters.
All right, I'll move this ridiculous horde, and I'll attack those B-Wings.
All right.
Kill one of them.
All right.
That's fine.
You killed 4 B-Wings on your turn.
Yeah.
All right. I have no idea what this is. Heart of the cards.
Ooh.
Huh. I'm going to go for the Luke strike.
All right.
You know, let's have some fun. 4.
Oh, wow. Uh-oh, this is not good. He is now in the danger zone.
Danger zone.
It's a tough thing, because now I'm like, part of me thinks this is gone, and it'd be smarter to just...
Well, you have to
abandon it.
assume if I have a Vader card in my hand.
True. I'm gonna deploy.
And attack the Y-Wings.
Yeah.
All of them are dead.
All right.
So you get another action.
More like bi-wings.
All right.
But like, I'm saying goodbye to them.
I'm redeeming Vader.
No! Oh, well,
I just drew that. I was just like, man, I hope I get it. Oh, well.
so you redeemed Vader and killed the Emperor, and you get 5 bonus orders right now. Which
But I
is
don't look, right?
insane, correct. You don't get to see them.
Okay.
So it's still back to my turn right now. But that's ridiculous. So this is gone. Vader's dead. And I can't use Force Lightning anymore. That's pretty good. That's very good for you.
Well, it's good for both of us because we don't have to worry about this anymore.
One thing off of our mind. I don't know, 5 turns might like win you the game right now. I'm gonna move all these guys
An attack.
Yeah, and attack. Oh, so technically I could attack this also, as we
Right.
learned. But I mean, my goal is to destroy all your ships, so I'm gonna go after your ships for now. So. Okay, so the B-wing is safe, but I killed
2 X-Wings. Oh,
no,
4.
four
Wow,
X-wings,
right.
yeah, first 3s. All right, now it's all you.
B-Wing. Well, I'm going to move them here and now attack your TIE Fighter, so if I can get 4. I'm going to move all these X-Wings over here.
Now you're learning. Or 1 left holding the fort.
I'm going to take a walk. 3.
So you did make it. You get
yeah.
to move up to 3.
I'm going to activate my B-Wings, move them here, and I'm going to attack that space. So 3
Wow,
hits.
3 6s. What are the odds of that? All right, he's on his last legs.
Yeah.
It wasn't quite as bad as but it was. Still
I
pretty
do
bad.
think that was pretty big on my part.
It was
like-
pretty. Well, it was really that what you just did.
No,
that
yeah,
made
those
it.
5. I'm going to activate B-Wings. I'm going to kill the Executor.
Yep, he's dead. Bye. So all of these are gone with him.
Are they actually considered destroyed? I'm
Yes, they
curious.
are, because they are on this ship. All right, TIE Fighters. I would have spawned more, but that's no longer an option. I'm just going to attack those B-Wings right from where I am. Yeah, so I'm in a pretty rough position now, because without my TIE Fighters, I have to make do with what I've got. All right, and they need a 5 or higher. Man, they suck.
5, 4, 3.
Wow, all right. Good hustle, guys. Good hustle.
You got vengeance.
You are running low on those ships, but I have to get through. But
I'm going to trek. I have to.
you
I
mean
wanna end this.
war?
Is that what this is called?
No, because of Star Trek.
Oh.
Star Wars. Sorry.
Oh, I need to redraw.
Oh man, card privilege over there. TIE Fighters.
Oh, here. I assume you're moving this one.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I am. Although I could move these guys here. And
You
go for
could.
those Y-wings.
I just assume since that's the big.
I mean, that gives me a better odds of clearing it and getting a bonus, which is what I really want to do. Come on, 3 3s. Wow.
2.
Wow. What a
Wow.
terrible roll.
All right.
Oh, man.
So I'm taking a walk next.
TIE Fighters, you have disappointed me. How many did you get? All 5.
So I need 4s. Wow. Okay.
So far, my Stormtroopers have done nothing. They have not held you back at all.
Just look at this pile.
That's a lot of dead people. I'm gonna go for the Y. I'm not gonna move.
Well, that's space.
All right.
You can either kill all my Y-wings or kill everything but one Y-wing. You leave one.
I'll kill all the Y-wings. Yeah, that seems logical.
All right.
Okay.
I'm gonna take a walk.
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be interesting now. I get through these 3. Barely.
Okay.
Those guys actually stop.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
That's the first time they've ever done anything. They're just like real Stormtroopers. Completely worthless.
I'm gonna play a bunch of Luke attacks. He's just gonna start. I'm gonna destroy the Death Star with Luke. I feel like, you know what the funny thing is? Because the Stormtroopers, I feel like I don't destroy them. I literally walk by them.
Maybe you're Jedi mind tricking them or something.
Well, no, Luke's over here.
That's true. It's a.
I convinced the Ewoks.
Yeah, that's what it is. I'm gonna add 3 more Stormtroopers. Last 3 spaces.
All right.
I feel like I'm prolonging the inevitable, but
I'm taking a walk.
It's what I'm doing.
I mean, look, this dice rolls. You never know.
Yeah, that's very true.
Wow. Okay, so I clear all 3. Wow. So I just need 1 6.
That's correct. And then you need to attack the Death Star.
Right. But I mean, but still.
Yes, it's. Pretty,
that's not what I expected.
Yeah. These were all nothing. So in terms of the field right now,
I'm still worried because you could win.
It really depends on how lucky you get with rolling a 6. Because if you're stalled for long enough, I could kill the rest of your ships. But you have a lot of B-wings, so
I'm gonna go for a walk.
So you need 2 or what? Just
1 6 because it's that space you said, right?
Yeah. You got it.
Oh, I was like, I didn't see. I was just like, no.
So the shields have been lowered.
All right, I'm activating my B-wings.
Hi guys.
And now the B-wings are gonna see if they can make it into the Death Star.
All right.
1 6. Come on. Han needs a new pair of shoes.
There it is.
Oh!
All right. That was good. The thing that I liked, I did feel like there were turns where it was like, oh, if this had happened, it could have changed everything. But there were multiple of those. So it wasn't like everything depended on one turn. Even when you got those 5 cards in a row, I mean, that was great for you, but it was still pretty close.
No, yeah, if you look...
Like, I could, like you were dwindling on with those ships.
No, I did a Hail Mary and hoping for a 6 before you destroyed my Millennium Falcon. That really was. Because then you were going to get 4 turns in a row, and I'm guessing you could have killed off my stuff.
Yeah.
Because you weren't getting bad rolls either with your TIE Fighters.
No,
they
had
were
some pretty
really
good
doing
turns.
well.
And I want to go back to what you said about being able to like forfeit a board, because that's interesting too, because it's almost like theoretically, if both of us decided that that Vader Luke fight wasn't worth it, then we'd never have to do it. It's really like if you think the other guy's going to go for it, then you have to start defending it almost. It depends on your perspective.
Right.
It's really interesting, the different levels of like meta that are there, especially if you play this multiple times.
Another thing I do like about this, where I want to reward it over risk, any of the forms of risk, even if they have a skin over it, it's the same thing. This felt lighter and not as stressful. Like, I still had a little analysis paralysis moving things here and there, but, in the end, it was more choices of board fields, less about, like, thousands of areas and trying to, like, just turtle for 6 turns.
There wasn't a lot of lost progress, I think, is sort of what it is. Like, in Risk, where it's like, I spent 8 turns getting to that.
No, actually, I think that's exactly the right word. There's no lost progress, really. The only exception is maybe you, because the TIE Fighters, because you can respawn them really well. Right. But because of how good that respawn move was, I thought, at least for me, it didn't feel like a loss. You're like, okay, you killed them there, I'm just going to drop more. I do feel that the game rewards you for being, especially I think for your side, which is interesting enough, rewards you for being aggressive. Mm-hmm. On my side, at least I noticed with the ships, it rewards me for being defensive. Like, honestly, with the Millennium Falcon, I didn't think it was that good. Like, for me, it was just...
You were hiding it away, yeah.
Yeah, because
it almost is like just a prize for me to take.
That's how I felt. Like, I did feel like your ship actually was worthwhile to bring into the fight. My Millennium Falcon, I didn't feel that way. I felt like it was much better to send 5 B-Wings out at your face.
I also have much more to lose from losing my big ship, too. But.
You do, but it's much harder. And I was that was one thing. I got amazing rolls against that. And in the end, that's what this game came down to. And I think sometimes it can be a pain. People don't like that randomness. But I mean, I don't know about you. You're really the one who has to do it since you're from the loser's point of view. I'm the winner, so I don't think.
No, I felt like pretty good. I did not feel like it wasn't a situation where I got steamrolled. Like it was, like we said.
I know you actually read a little bit before this on subreddit because probably the biggest problem, right, Board Game Geek, with this game, from what you can tell me, is the rule book.
Yeah, there's a topic on Board Game Geek you can find where the designer clarifies some rules that you really would never know.
And can we also point out, there's a topic on there that's actually called, should I read the rule book?
Yeah, because it's so bad.
And the answer now is no, because you're going to be making a how to play.
That's right, watch that video instead, linked below in the description. But, I mean, the rule book isn't, it's not hard to understand, it just leaves things out.
Yeah, and
which is a big problem.
Let's be honest. We've had our share of bad rule books.
Yeah, but considering this is a Hasbro game, who its demographic really is, they won't care.
I would argue this definitely stands out among the rest. It's definitely a great step forward in the Hasbro.
To me, this gives me the feeling that you want from of a childhood Hasbro game, of like the 90s commercials for a Hasbro game where the kids are all, I'm Darth Vader, yeah, and then their mom walks in and yells at them. I really like that.
But you are able to come back to this and still enjoy.
Yeah, like it's the good.
By the way, we're gonna go back to that whole idea in our next playback. We're not gonna spoil what it is, but we're gonna come back to that idea.
Good thing to take away. Right. So the version we played was the Black Series edition. The regular one is like $20 cheaper. It's significantly cheaper. In terms of mechanics, they are exactly the same. The Black Series version comes...
I would laugh if they actually had different
mechanics. Yeah, that'd be kind of lame. It's basically a deluxe edition. It has much nicer models for the Death Star, Executor, and Millennium Falcon, and then it also has models for all the ships that are a little upgraded, and Stormtroopers as well. Whereas they're tokens in the other version.
No, and I really do like that, even though the X-Wings do not sit well together.
Right. And the other, for me, the box art is also a massive...
Isn't that what's actually behind us?
While we were playing, it was.
Right.
Not right now.
Yeah.
But yes, you saw that cover while we were playing. The other one, because there's this thing with Star Wars toys where every year they have a certain character on all their toys. So for last year when this game came out, it was Kylo Ren. So
he's on it?
If you buy the regular edition, Kylo Ren is on that cover. For no reason. It's really stupid. I really hate that. But I just looked at Amazon. You can right now get the basic version for $15, which is so cheap. So, I would definitely recommend splurging for the better one. It's like maybe 30 or 40.
But I mean, you can still get a good game for 15, which is impressive.
Yeah, it's a pretty good bargain. It does really recapture the feeling of Return of the Jedi. Like it's pretty fun. I like that. As a Star Wars fan, I really enjoyed that theme a lot. So it's not.
And we should note that unlike most of the games we played last time, all Fantasy Flight.
Right.
With the exception of, I would argue, maybe Imperial Assault, this one set really does feel everything you need in that one set. Like, the Armada and X-Wing, I really do feel, after we played the base set, we're like, well, I sort of really want more stuff on there.
Well, yeah, for sure. It didn't come.
But they're designed that way, I don't argue. But I'm like, this is a nice, and because it's a cheaper, the models, especially if you get the deluxe. How much is the deluxe?
It's between $30 and $40.
So that's still, cheaper than
cheaper than any board game you'll buy from a normal
those
company.
ships, I think, at least for me, are really nice.
And even the design of the box is super nice.
No, it's that really nice black.
The cards look nice.
They feel great.
Nice.
No,
yeah.
it's so.
They did a really good
definitely,
job.
I really do think, out of all the Star Wars games we've played so far, with the exception of maybe the two that we're going to talk about later, but there are caveats with them. In fact, actually, I will say over them, but we can argue in their videos.
Yes.
That out of all the Star Wars games we played, this is the best one to get if you want to play with a younger kids and stuff. I think it's the best money investment, easiest for everyone to grasp. probably easier to find. I just feel like for a family, out of all the Star Wars games, this is the best family one. I do think this does that rare balance we see with games, which is something we should approve. I mean, a little bit on the lower end, but I think it actually makes the mark of an adult can enjoy it and a kid. And that's why I think it makes that great family game.
I agree. We'd say take the risk and buy Star Wars Risk and try it out for yourself.
Honestly, it's not that big of a risk because it's quite cheap.
What a great bargain. Yes, so check that out. We really liked it a lot. It's a lot of fun. If you have played it, love to hear what you think about it.
Which edition did you get?
Yes, and how do you feel? And have you played a bunch of games and one side always wins and you're really steamed about it? Please let us know in the comments right on this video, or you can email us at rollforcrit@gmail.com. Where else could they find us?
Well, of course, there's Facebook, Twitter, @RollForCrit, Instagram. We like to be everywhere, but in the end, you can always come down to rollforcrit.com.
Yes, rollforcrit.com, where we have more playbacks, the how to play for this game specifically. Me stuttering and lots of other videos, plus news, daily news, and games for sale.
Plenty of Star Wars games.
Many Star Wars games, so you can gear up for Rogue One when it comes out later this month, or whatever else is in your life Star Wars related.
We'll have to see what game we'll play for that.
Yes.
Because that's like, we said trilogies for these. Now we're starting to get the standalones.
How do you factor that in the equation? I don't know.
Well, it wasn't out when we planned it, so it doesn't count.
So,
as far as I know, is there even a game that uses any of those characters yet?
Not yet. I don't think so. Stay tuned. Stay tuned, or give us your advice, your suggestions. Hope you enjoyed this little playback here. May the Force be with y'all. I'm Jonathan Estes.
I'm Will Keeler, and this has been a Roll for Crit Playback. We're going to start off with Star Wars Risk for the first trilogy movies. Oh, let me start. Okay. For the... I got something better to say.
Okay.
Welcome to the first playback for our special December Star Wars playbacks. We're going to go for each week, we're going to do a different trilogy. Can I just start over?
Yep.
So we're starting off with the original 3 trilogies that represents it with... so good! Oh!
It's a lot of word salad,
I'm
you
sorry.
have to say.
Okay, count me off one more time.
If you want to,
No.
Okay. All right.
We're going to do a playback for each week, each one representing...
So much going on in the world today.